Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today I am going to do a rainbow showcase on this future Android 18, and then we also are going to look at the future Android 17. These are free-to-play units that just got announced in VJump that are getting an EZA very soon. I do believe they are coming to both versions at the same time, but no guarantees for global, right? For sure they're coming on JP. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to do like a little rainbow showcase on them, and then at the same time this is also going to be like a team showcase. So in my VJump link video I talked about how I was really interested in doing a full Android 17 and 18 team, and this I think would be like what my team would look like if these two units, like if their EZAs are good enough, which I think they will be, and if the LR 17 and 18 friend unit gets an EZA as well. So they're not going to look very good here, but we're going to kind of see how they can do all pre-EZA, right? So the 17 and 18 future units that are free to play, they have the same super attack effect. They're both infinitely stacking attack and defense, which is really good. And then they get attack and defense 70%, plus an additional 70% attack and defense, and medium chance of evading. Well, not both of them. I think this one, they're different, but the 18 has a medium chance of evading the enemy's attack when you have an Android 17 future in the same turn, and then launches an additional super attack when there's a hybrid Saiyan category enemy. So the reason why I think they're going to do okay right now is because they infinitely stack. Now they are definitely going to be very weak compared to newer units, but I think after their EZA they're going to look pretty good. But we're going to see how they do pre-EZA. So here's the 17, basically the same thing, infinitely stacks attack. The only thing with him is instead of getting a medium chance to dodge, he gets a medium chance to crit when you have an Android 18 future attacking in the same turn. Okay, so we're going to hop in, and then this is the team build. Now, so for my all 17 and 18 team, I would actually run this as the leader, and then I would have basically a rotation with this guy and the int 18, which I do have set up. Now, I would say these two as a rotation are kind of underrated. Like, I think they're pretty solid. Their attack numbers definitely don't compare to like current attacking units, but they still do a lot of good things. So this 18 infinitely stacks attack, and she gets a medium chance to evade. So she's solid, right? And then the 17 actually is really good because he stacks defense. So by the end of it, he should be very solid off defensively. And then my other rotation is going to be the two free-to-play future Android 17 and 18s, which is good. And then I'm going to have these guys just floating around. And the only reason they're on this team, they are definitely not good. I will tell you that right now. Their passive is really literally attack plus 15,000. That's it. So they're pretty much like an LR without a passive is kind of what they are right now, to be honest. But my theory is I think that these guys have a very, very, very high chance of getting an EZA during this next celebration. So let's cross our fingers and hope that it happens. And then this guy's only here because I could not for the life of me find another friend unit of this guy. So I'm running this guy as another Android's lead, just have an Android's lead, right? The reason why I like these guys as a leader, even though they're only a 150 lead, they are key 4 and they are a support unit. So what I realistically would be doing is having two of these guys floating around as support, right? So instead we're going to have this guy who, he will float around as a support, but he's going to transform automatically because I think it's just you have to have 5 androids on the team. So if this Android 13 didn't auto-transform, he would be so much better in my opinion, because I would just prefer to keep him as a support like the whole way through, right? So alright, so we'll hop in and see what happens here. So I got my first rotation with this 17 and 18. They're all level 1 links. They're not very linked up at all. We'll put 17 in the front. We are going to prioritize attacking with strength 17 because he is a defensive stacker. But 150k defense for both of them turn 1 is not bad, right? So we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll let 18 grab that. And I'm actually going to miss the attack with Android 13 just in case. Like, if I can squeeze extra turns out early on, I will, because my other rotation is going to take a while to get set up. And when we have so many stacking units, like, having more turns actually isn't a bad thing. Alright, so 17's got 1 defensive stack in, and then 18's going to get an attack stack in. So what you're going to see as we progress through is the int 18 is going to start hitting harder, but the strength 17 is going to defend much better. And it's good we missed the attack. Oh, additional, darn it. I was really hoping to get a free turn in here on the first phase. That's okay, though. Yep, okay. But we're going to see how well this team can do, even though like half of it isn't EZA'd yet, right? Alright, so what we're going to do here. Let's see how well do these units link up. So the two LRs link up okay, actually. 18 does stack attack and defense. Wow, only 50k defense though. So it's going to take her a while to stack up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep her on rotation, I think, with the physical LR, even though like she doesn't link crazy well with them. That's okay. We're going to do this just because defensively I'm going to need, still 100k isn't that great. This is why the androids, like, they need so much help. So I really hope this Red Ribbon Army celebration, I know it's not going to be like a huge celebration, but even if we can get just a few key easy A's, maybe a new Dokkan Fest android unit, like just something to give this team the little bit of a boost that it needs. Because I mean, LR Incel and LR Physical Cell I think is still a viable rotation you can run. So if we could surround them with just some more like newer, polished android units, I think that would be really, really useful, right? But yeah, I'm really hoping for this AGL LR androids to get an easy A. That would be awesome, because I love their artwork. I've thought they've been really like so cool since they came out, right? All right, so this Tech 17, he's the one that's going to take me a while because he ended up in slot 7, but there's my Strength 17 now up to 164k, so that's good. I do need to make sure I get a super attack with Tech 17 because we need him to start stacking, because yeah, starting off at only 50k defense is not good. Their Easy A is definitely going to help with that though, but I'm kind of curious, like pre-Easy A, like how fast they're going to stack up, right? So we're going to get a really good look next turn with the 18. She's had a turn of stacking. Alright, and additionals for Strength 17 is very good, because the more we can stack defense, the better here. The thing is even like this Strength 17, he's got his Easy and A and everything, but like, I think for this Legendary Goku event, he's just fine. But for some of the New Age, like like God event, he's definitely not going to be good enough. And like the GT Goku event and like the Legendary Vegeta event, which we don't have on Global yet, like I feel like he's going to stack too slow for those. Like he's just going to get crushed, right? But we're just checking out the regular Legendary Goku event here. All right, so we're going to do this. So what's 18 looking like? Okay, up to 80k. I mean, she did get a good chunk just after one stack. So if she stacks very quickly, she might be okay. Let's see how fast she can stack up here. Part of it, though, I mean, that isn't all from stacking. She is double supported this turn, which I do not believe she was last turn. So I think she got some of this because of the support, for sure. So we'll see. But yeah, if it's going to take us like 3 turns just to get a butt of 100k defense, that's not going to be good. Not going to be good. But once again, this is pre-Easy A, and that we've got an Easy A coming very soon. I'm guessing within the next 2 weeks. Like I said, I anticipate this to be like the Halloween celebration, which has typically been shared on Global and JP. So I think we, like Global, could be seeing these androids as well, which would be pretty cool. Mainly because of the hint that Global got a notification that the Red Ribbon Army was getting like a mini celebration, and that seems like that's what this is for, right? Unless they're doing something different for that, who knows? So yeah, 239k defense. So now like Strength 17's looking very, very good. Like this, don't underestimate Strength 17. He is like a very good, solid Easy A unit you can run. The reason why he gets so overlooked is because Androids is just such a dead team right now, right? So like, I think like your best Androids team right now would be this rotation of Strength 17 and the Int 18, and then doing like a rotation of Int Cell and Physical LR Cell. I think that would probably be your best like main rotations. You could also do some stuff with, the thing is like, so let's say you're running Android 13 as a leader. You could do the free-to-play like 14 and 15, like 13, 14, and 15. The problem is defensively they just get annihilated. But the fact that like if you can hit them up on rotation with Android 13 just for like 1 turn, you get like infinite Scouter for the rest of the match, which is really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to the Easy A for 13, 14, and 15, because all you got to do is just make them defensively viable, and they're going to be ridiculous. All right, how's our free-to-play units looking here? All right, so Tech 17 starting out at 90k. Part of it is they're linking like way better now because they are touching each other. So when those two are linked up together, they, like I said, 6 out of 7 links, right? And then 114k for the 18. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to attack with 17 first because he's a little bit behind on his stacking. But yeah, you can see we're linked up very, very, very well with these two. So let's go ahead and do that. Do that. Actually, I grabbed those orbs in reverse. I should have went for more healing there, but that's okay. If we can save some strength orbs, because that strength 17, he's the one that's really going to save us. So yeah, only a million attack stats, so like basically not doing any damage at this point. 1 mil doesn't cut it in today's meta, but like I said, they're going to be hitting much harder. Much harder after their EZA, right? And with their infinite stacking, that's very good. So like if these guys come out of the gate, I don't know, hitting over 2 mil after their EZA, I think that's going to be fine, considering their role is going to be stacking and their attack set's going to shoot up, I would say, fairly quickly. Not as quick as their defense. Typically, defense seems to stack faster than attack, but now that we have them on rotation together, I feel like we're looking pretty good here. So we'll see if we can get through. And like I said, I'm going to use items, and we're going to try to get through this Legendary Goku event. This is where Android 13 now is terrible, because he's not supporting anymore. He's going to hit like a feather, because, you know, he came out before the power creep, so he's only going to be hitting like, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 mil for Dokkan Fest exclusive, which is pretty terrible. But look at Strength 17, 277k defense. Very nice. We'll get a little bit of healing off here now. Perfect. And then sure, we'll just grab that. Alright, I think 17 would be fine on a super here. I'm kind of curious to see it. Nope, no super. Okay. And then, yeah, so you can see the attack stat, though, like 1.6. Like, that's not that great. So, unfortunately, you know, the Strength 17, I'd say the defense raising definitely saves him. Like, for longevity. But the 18, the Int 18, she's pretty much already, like, a dead unit, right? I actually think the Tech 18, like the Peppy Gal one that got an EZA and JP, you'd probably slot her in over the Int one, I'd say, at this point. And her name is just Android 18, so she does work with that 17 just fine. Alright, so once again, let's look at our defense here. So yeah, 105k defense to 130k defense. With type advantage, I'm okay leaving the Tech 17 here. So I mean, they're getting there slowly but surely, right? They're getting there. The LR over here, though, only like 100k defense is just going to get annihilated. So hopefully the super doesn't come there. Now this was a non-supported turn, by the way, right? By the way, because that 13 transformed, we're going to have many non-supported turns moving forward. So we'll pay attention to like what the supported turns look like. But yeah, just the fact that they can stack, there's at least a mode that these units are going to be good in, right? It would be nice if they gave them something to make them good in Super Battle Road as well, but like, I don't know, with free-to-play units, I'm okay with them just really excelling in one event or one area, and then just making them better in that area, than trying to make them like good everywhere, right? Look at these guys. This LR hitting under a mil. Do you think they need an EZA? I think they need an EZA, and I think now's the time. Please give it to us, Dokkan. Yeah, taking 20k from normals there. That's not good. Okay. So right here, yeah, 315k. The problem is the 18, right? She's only at 130k defense. Her defense isn't going to raise. So that's kind of the problem. 18 will hit a little bit harder, but like you'll see, the stacking attack isn't nearly as effective here. So 17 type disadvantage is going to be the better play here for sure. In slot 1, just because his defense is so much higher. And he's going to get another stack here. So yeah, 1.8, not too crazy though. So the thing with this team build literally has 0 hard hitters in it. The hardest hitter would be like that physical Android trio card when they exchange into Android 16. Like that's going to be your hardest hitter, but like I'm using them in a floating support capacity, so they're definitely not going to be transforming for me. And then 2 mil for these guys. So this was our good supported turn here. She's going to get hurt here pretty good. 63k is not the worst, I guess. Alright, and then 2.6. So yeah, this is like my highest attack stat for these guys non-transformed. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a longer run. Alright. Okay, so 120k defense for 17 and 163 for 18. So they're actually getting there, you know, like I said, for non-easy aid, they're actually performing okay. Just in this event, right? Like I said, if it were GT Goku event or Vegeta event, they're not stacking fast enough. But for this event, considering it's an older one, and you know these guys came out when this was a newer event, so they were very suitable for this. They were a great option for like free-to-play players to get through this. So I'm actually pretty excited for this EZA because in terms of units named Future 17 and Future 18 individually, we don't really have great options. I talked about it in my other video, but The summonable ones, they're okay. They got later awakenings. They're dual orb changing, which is very cool, but they don't hit very hard, and they only dual orb change if your health is under a certain threshold. So if they EZA them at some point, make them always double orb change, and then give them like really good like percentage buffs, like they're gonna be really awesome. Okay. Yeah, almost up to 400k for strength 17, so he's doing just fine here. I definitely have to use an item here, because look who's getting attacked a million times on the end with like no defense. I almost have to double Whis here, I think. I'm just gonna single. Well, we'll play it really safe here. We'll Whis and Icarus, like, because I'm telling you that LR on the end. Yeah, 52k defense with type disadvantage. They're gonna get one. Like normals would have been like 100k plus had I not used those items. So we have to be really careful when we're running this team build, which is not good now, but keep this team build in mind, because I think in the future this could be a very good team build. I think the only substitution I would make is I would swap out Int 18 for whatever the best current like Android 18 is, right? Actually, you know what I should have done is that strength free to play 18 is actually really good too. I don't remember though. I don't think she has her EZN global yet either though. The 18 that's kissing Krillin, I don't think she has her EZA yet. I don't know. I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure she doesn't yet, because she would be another solid one. Actually, I think, didn't she get her EZA with the Peppy Gals? I think she did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got her EZA with the Peppy Gals, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I don't think we have that EZA yet either. So even though like Global is not that far behind JP, there's still a lot of things we're missing that I would like to have, right? Okay, so yeah, about 163, 103. So the defense didn't seem to change that much here. We'll have 17 attack first. And this is our supported turn. Okay, here we go. Alright, we still have our items active, so we should be good here. So yeah, just over a mil. Yeah, so like I said, when these units dropped, though, they were very good free-to-play units. Like, these two as a rotation, so I'm excited for this upgrade to see what it brings. Now, in terms of, like, what else could this bring, or what could it mean? Like I said, this isn't going to be a huge celebration. I'm pretty sure this is good. We're going to get this. And then, I don't know, there was a leak that Global's getting Gogeta next, actually. So I think maybe this will be like a mini 2-week celebration. And then Gogeta? Or are we going to try to get Gogeta? I don't know that we'd get Gogeta, like, before it, right? Or would they do Gogeta and just make this a part of it? I'm really not sure, but basically what's going to be happening soon, if the leaks from the French data miners are correct, because that's where they came from. These are not official leaks. Strength 17, yeah, almost 500k. We're definitely good. So this Strength 17, like I said, he's probably the best Android 17 for this team right now. Like, yeah, there's MVP 17, but like he's more built for Universal Survival Saga or like U7 teams, not Android teams, and he needs an EZA too, but like I would say for like a straight up like Android's team, Android 17, like this guy's probably the best one. He's really good. But yeah, this 18, she definitely is kind of outdated at this point already. Like I said, it was the defense stacking that saved the 17. So yeah, I think this 18 would easily be replaced by the support strength 18 free to play that's kissing Krillin, or the tech 18 Peppy Gal card after their EZA. That's probably where I would stand. But that would pretty much be my team build, is this with that 18 swapped out, and that would be my full Android 17 18 team, assuming that the LR gets the LR AGL 17 18 gets an EZA, which would be really, really good, right? But yeah, basically what's got to happen this month for Global, assuming that those leaks are true, is we're going to get this Red Ribbon Army thing, presumably. We are going to get Tech Gogeta and then Dragon Ball Hero. So I do think there's enough time to get all that in November. And then basically at the end of November would be the thank you celebration, which would be the Tanabata, which would bring back like the Year 6 LRs, and basically Tech Gogeta would come back on that. And there would be that like ridiculous banner with like 20 featured units that you shouldn't summon on. Alright, so 150k and 179k. So considering these free-to-play units, where like turn 1 were only like 50k defense, like they actually are stacking up somewhat decently, right? But once again, it has to be a long event, and it has to be an event where they're not crushing you turn 1 while they're vulnerable, right? So they do need some time, but once you build them up, like they're pretty solid, right? Oh shoot, you know what? I think we're gonna die here actually. If we die here, guys, I think I'll just end the video. Like, I think we got definitely a good enough look at them and we're seeing what their stacking is. But yeah, let's watch these guys get crushed on normals. I think we might die here. I forgot to use an item. But yeah, I would love to have these guys on my team. Let's see. Ooh, 75k normals. Yeah, this might be a done deal here. Is he gonna super us? No. I think we snuck out of there. Look at our health just take a dive. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention, though, that something that is valuable about the int 17 or the int 18 is that she does orb change. So that's how we got this set up here, which is really nice. And then, I don't know, can we heal up enough here? That's actually a nice amount of healing. I'm gonna... Yeah, let's use an item, because I think we're gonna die for sure if we don't. Alright, and then we'll grab that little bit of healing there. Good, good. Okay, let's see what happens. 18 will be okay from normals, as we saw there, but if she gets supered, we'll take a lot here. Had I not used the item, but we used an item, so we'll be fine here for sure. Alright, and 17, yeah, just, once again, not even eclipsing 2 mil. So that's the bad part. Like, the strength 17 is definitely very good as a, like, defense-only option, pretty much. He's going to take nothing from this. We have, his defense was good enough to take double digits without Icarus, and then we have Icarus active here, so we're definitely good there. And then, yeah, almost 3 mil from these guys. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I almost want these guys to get an easy A too. They're way too far off from it. But yeah, the androids definitely need more love because Android 16, 17, and 18, like, I want to be able to build this team because I do like them as characters, right? Alright, so 17's at, yeah, 165k defense, and then 18 up to 200k, so they're definitely getting there, but you can see it takes time to get there. And in newer, harder content, you just don't have as much time. But I still think, like, these defensive stats, considering how old they are and they don't have their easy A yet, this is actually, like, pretty solid defensively, right? Their offense definitely isn't there, but I'm going to assume after easy A, these guys are going to be hitting 2 mil plus turn 1. And their defense is probably going to be, like, I don't know, 150k turn 1 at least. So let's see what we take here on the super attack. This is type advantage. Yeah, like no damage there. So they're definitely solid. Very, very good. So I would be excited because I think the same team, you know, you plop those 3 easy A's on there, plus, you know, one of the, you know, JP only easy A's for Android 18, and this is looking like a really nice solid team here, I think. The crazy thing then is, in that case, I would say that the LR physical trio would actually probably be the weakest unit. Well, I don't know. They're probably still better than the Strength 17. I don't know. Defensively, though, the Strength 17 is like the best unit on the team. Yeah, 543k defense. Like, he does stack very well. Very quick. And you can see we just almost got a full heal there. I'm going to risk this turn without an item. But if my 17 and 18 on the end get supered, I mean, I could see them taking 400k from this guy. I'm not going to lie, with how low their defensive stat is, it's quite insane. But that's the reason why they're so deserving of an easy A, is because, like I said, they're literally like the first or one of the first LRs ever to release in Dokkan. So their passive is extremely undertuned to today's content. And they literally, like, weren't even that great like day one. So like they've never been like super good and relevant, because back when they first came out, they were really hard to grind up, and by the time most players like really could grind them up, like units were already better than them, right? So they're literally like an LR without a passive. They're very similar to, like, I would say they're probably right behind Int LR Piccolo as like the worst LR in the game. Because like having attack plus 15,000 is basically like just not having a passive in today's game. It's literally like you're just playing off of their links and their LR stats. Their LR stats, though, I think are actually really solid. Let's see here. 18,400 is, I guess that's okay. A lot of LRs these days rainbowed are over 20k, but like 18,000, like their stats are good, right? Like 12,500 defense, 18,400 attack, like that's good. Like, so you just throw some good solid percent passives on them, and they're going to be hitting really hard and defending really well, right? So yeah, I really hope they get an easy A. I feel like, okay, so when they announced the Kale and Caulifla celebration, right, the Tech Kefla, I did my like leak video, or like my prediction video, And in there, I said that like physical Kefla was like a must EZA, like she was gonna EZA. And then I said the next I was looking for was that free-to-play trio, the Int Kale, the Strength Caulifla, and the Tech Kaba. And sure enough, those were all the ones that EZA'd, right? So in this case, with this celebration, that LR AGL androids, okay, you can quote me on this, but they're the ones, like, I feel like physical Kefla with them. I feel like if they're not going to EZA them now, like, I don't know when they would do it. I mean, sure, there could just be other general android celebrations, but to me, this seems like the perfect spot to do it. With the focus on Red Ribbon Army, they're already EZAing 2 future 17 and 18s. Technically, and by the way, we could die here, but like I said, I'll stop at any time if I die. Technically, that LR Android 17 and 18, their name is incorrect, because their name is called Android 17 and 18. We'll double check it, but technically their name should be Android 17 Future and Android 18 Future, which does make a difference because they could definitely release other Android 17 and 18 cards. And like the unawakened version, not that you'd ever run it, but the unawakened version of the physical LR is just an Android 17 and 18. And they should not have the same name as that AGL LR. So I actually do hope they fix that when they EZA them. I do think they could do that name change. I do think that will hold some significance. Especially because what if the Dokkan Fest for the Red Ribbon Army celebration is in Android 17 and 18, right? Let's see, how bad's that going to hurt? That's not the worst, I guess. Okay, we'll double check right here. Let's check their name, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it just says Android 17 and 18. And actually, so their name. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure this is like the first ever Joint Forces card. So this isn't like, even this labeling is not proper. It should say Android 17 and Android 18. Like, it should have both of their names fully. They just wrote the word Android 17 and 18 as like their own unique name. So, oh, you know what? That I want to check. Sorry, this is a little bit of a diversion. So here, this one says Android 17 and 8. Oh, they labeled them exactly the same. They said Android 17 and 18 as one card. Technically, that's not how cards are labeled these days. It should say Android 17 and Android 18, because those are technically the two names of the units, right? So yeah, I do think this card is not labeled properly. It should be Android 17 Future and Android 18 Future. Anyways, moving forward here, because yeah, it's like these two androids on rotation. That's who is in the card. Like that's that's what it should be, right? Okay, so how are these guys doing on defense? So yeah, 200k plus. Like right now, they're getting to solid levels, right? We'll put 18 in front, just because she's a little bit better defensively, and I know we're not killing this Goku anytime soon. Type advantage with my LR still at 52k defense. Gonna miss a super. Sure, we'll take a hit, see what they take there. This will be quite funny. See if we can get ourselves killed. Type advantage with that LR, because like they literally do not have a defense passive. They do not get defense on super attack. They literally are 52k defense. It's quite sad for that LR. But I put him on this team because this is like going to be my Android 17 and 18 dream team. I'm that confident that AGL LR is going to get an EZA. I'm putting them on this team for good luck. Yeah, 40k normals with type advantage. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad there. All right. I think I'm going to go without items the rest of the way here. I don't know. What? Look at strength 17, by the way. You think 656k defense is good? I think he's good for any content at this point. He's untouchable. Here's the thing I don't like about this rotation, though. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, no, we're okay. I don't know. I feel like her changing orbs can kind of mess stuff up for the strength 17, but I feel like we don't get strength orbs as much as we should, right? All right, we do have a Dokkan attack here. As long as my physical 17 and 18 doesn't get supered, we're going to be okay here. Because I think 18 would definitely take a lot from a super, but I don't think she's going to take 340k. I don't know. The physical unit on the end, they could take over 300k. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, this is going to be a longer video because when your team doesn't hit very hard, this will be the contrast of like my full power Frieza speed run, where like I think we speed ran this thing in like 8 minutes. This one's going to be like probably over 30 minutes. It's probably going to be over 30 minutes, not going to lie. Not to mention I talked a little bit at the beginning, and that counts towards the time, so you can see as Android 18. So here's the difference. We're comparing like defense stacking to attack stacking, right? So for context, that Strength 17 started at what, like 150k defense, and at this point he's over 600k defense, right? Android 18 has been attack stacking. She started at 1.5 mil, and she's only at like 2.5 mil right now. That is not that big of a jump, and that's why people always say they'll take defense stacking over attack stacking. Yeah, I mean, look at these free-to-play units. 244k, 211k. Like, that's not bad. It's not bad, right? Considering, like, turn 1, they were at 50k. 50k turn 1. Now, granted, they weren't on rotation together. I'm guessing on rotation they would have been more like 70, 80k, just because their links are so much better together. But still, to go from that to like very, very respectable amounts of defense. And here's the other thing to consider. Their stats are very low right now, like insanely low. So after their EZA, we'll look at their stats maybe here really quick on the next turn. But the stats are going to do a couple things. The stats are going to give them a much higher starting defense, not to mention whatever they do to their passive, right? And it's also going to cause them to stack faster. So I don't know about you guys, but this video here is actually getting me more excited for their EZA because of how good I think they can be, considering how they're holding their own right now without the EZA. So like, yeah, they're actually be really, really good. And they've been making EZA free-to-play units very, very good these days, like insanely good. But yeah, look at that, only 7,000 defense. That's like abysmal. And look at this, yeah, only 6,500 defense. Like, that is crazy. Like, this dude's got like an LR that's non-rainbowed has like double their defense. So after EZA, that should get a nice little bump. I'm not sure how high it's going to go after EZA, but man, if we could get them, I don't know, to 9 or 10k defense, I'm not sure how much it'll go up, but like, here's the thing, even if their stats end up still being pretty low after EZA, they're going to balance it with the passive anyways. Like, they have an idea of like what they want them to do, and they'll just make the passive work with whatever their stats are. Like, you can look at Strength Vidal. She's considered to be like one of the best like offensive units in the game, right? Especially for Dokkan Fest TURs. Like, she's considered one of the top Dokkan Fest TURs. And she's like a one-person wrecking machine, but her attack stat is one of the lowest Dokkan Fest exclusive attack stats in the game. So how did they fix it? They just like went insane on her passive, right? Look at these guys, 677k. I saw the number, like the 677. I'm like, what? 6.7 mil? Because that's a more common number than 600k, right? No, they were at 600k. I haven't stated enough how bad that LR Androids is. All right, let's look at our free-to-play duo. 260k, 200. Like, by the time we're getting to Int UI Goku, like, they definitely are looking good enough here. I'm going to favor the 18 here. I'm probably only going to get the one attack in. So I'm going to favor the 18 just because she stacked a little bit more. And I want to just see, like, what the full stack's looking like here. Because we're going to assume both of them would be at a very similar level because their passive's essentially the same. Still only 1.3 mil, but hitting what, twice as hard as that LR. All right, so we got through Strength Goku. Now, here's the other thing you guys need to keep in mind, though. The free-to-play units are looking a little bit better here than they should. It's because the Androids team is so weak, it's taking us like a million turns. Look at this, we're on turn 25. Okay, when I go in here with like a really good like modern team, this will be like turn 7 or turn 8, and I will like not have even had a Dokkan attack yet at this point. So we're like a quarter of the way to another Dokkan attack, and it's turn 25. So, you know, when you see the Strength 17 at 730k defense, that looks really good. But if the Android team were actually built properly with up-to-date units, like, we're going to be getting through this so fast that, like, these free-to-play units aren't going to get this much time to stack up, nor would the Strength 17. Yeah, this is going to be nothing. I mean, Strength 17's showing off here because this is going to be nothing against Int UI Goku, who still hits very hard, by the way. Like, don't get that mixed up. Like, people look at this old Legendary Goku event and think maybe it's not as credible, but this Int UI Goku still hits as hard as some of the harder units in the game. Like, if you're not careful, he's touching you for 400k plus. He can one-shot you, so yeah, don't underestimate this guy. This guy is still a very good test. Yeah, we just took like not double digits there from that 18, and her defense is not terrible. I think her defense is like 130, 140k. So yeah, that just shows you there how hard this Goku can hit. Alright, we're going to do something really funny here, guys. So here, look at my items. I've still got a Whis and like a couple of items. I think we probably could finish this guy off. But I out of hilarity, I want to see how much this LR Androids takes. Because she's going to get hit, what, 2 times on the end? No, 3 times. I bet normals will even wipe us out. So we'll make this the last turn probably. If we live, I'll keep going. But yeah, we're getting up to 300k defense. 277 for strength 18. And then this guy's still at 226, but he missed a stack last turn. So just because his stats are lower, it doesn't mean he's worse. Like, literally consider them the same, basically. They're going to have the same defense if they have the same amount of stacks, pretty much. The only slight difference is they probably have slightly different attack and defensive stats. But yeah, they're actually turning out pretty solid here. So you can see for like someone that's doing like free-to-play challenge runs, like these are actually like this rotation I would still run today on Easy 8 if I were doing like a free-to-play challenge run and I wanted to try to like maybe no item this. This would actually be a legitimate rotation I would run for sure for a free-to-play team. Yeah, just a very nice fun option there, right? All right, let's see how hilarious this is going to be. He's type advantage, by the way, here. Super would hurt him. I want to see... Yeah, I want to see these guys take a normal and a super. I hope I take a normal first, because the super is going to one-shot us here. I'm just curious, like, how much damage. 120k normals. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yep, we're dead. Let's see how much this does, just out of curiosity. Give it to me. 435k. Alright, guys. Well, there you go. Let me know what you think of this team, what you think of this free-to-play 17 and 18 future, but... I am very excited to see their EZA in a couple weeks. I am very hopeful that this is coming to global. I do think it is. I think this is the Red Ribbon Army thing that was mentioned in our news post. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.